Okay, joining us now in the media center, Kyle Busch, driver of the number 18 M&M's Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing, currently second in points. Winner last week at Dover. Kyle, coming into the All-Star race, you got to feel good about a lot of the momentum and just the way that 18 team's been performing the last few weeks.
Yeah, we feel like things have been going pretty well. We've had some wins, we've had some strong runs, and we just hope to keep it going. So, really looking forward to the next couple weeks here in Charlotte, one of my favorite racetracks. So, haven't quite had the success I've always wanted here, but hope to change that around and see hopefully if the new paint scheme works out for us here. Got the M&M's pretzel car, so really looking forward to racing that car, and of course getting everybody's feelings and thoughts on the salty yet sweet M&M's.
Can't wait to try one. Let's take questions now. We'll start on the front row with Mike, and we'll move over to Chuck.
Hi, Kyle. Mike Neff from FrontStretch.com. In hindsight, looking back at last weekend, you now realize you were 2 laps away from pulling off the unprecedented trifecta of winning the truck, nationwide, and cup race. Looking back at it, how much does that fuel pickup problem suck, and did your team figure out why it happened and correct it so it won't happen in the future?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's frustrating and unfortunate, but, same thing happened to me last year at Texas, leading the cup race with 2 laps to go. I ran out of gas. So, yes, last week's problem at Dover wasn't a pickup problem. It was what I'd like to say was a pressurized fuel cell, which it wouldn't allow the fuel to go forward to the carburetor. The only way for the fuel to vent was through the carburetor because the venting system on the new self-venting fuel cans isn't what it's supposed to be. So NASCAR didn't make any changes to the trucks, saying everything was fine, yet 10 other teams had the same problem we did. So we'll see if it happens again.
Next question. Who's got one? Let's go with Chuck and then Tom. Go ahead.
Chuck Howard, NASCAR Media Group. Kyle, we all know what a grind the 600 can be. Checking all the stats, 48's there, and then you're right behind him if you check whatever the stat may be. You haven't found victory lane here, but how much of a badge of honor is it to not just finish well here, but to know that you survived the 600?
Well, I mean, you want to win this race. I mean, I've been close last year, leading all the laps, and then getting the thing called by rain just after we had pitted, and didn't stay out. The year before that we were really fast too. I think we ran 3rd or something. But, I like to win this race. This is, like I said, my favorite racetrack. And to win the 600, it's one of the races that's on my list to win before, before I'm done. And being the longest race of the year, I mean, it is a grueling event. It is a tiresome race, but yet, for us, for me, racing everything I can every weekend, I seem to knock that out of there. So, 400 laps around here might seem like a long time, but when you're in the seat and you have a good driving race car, it's not that long.
We get a mic right here. Oh, I'm sorry. Ben's got it, and then we'll come to Tom.
Kyle, Ben White with Lexington Dispatch. I want to talk about, if you would please, team ownership and how tough it can be now that you're a team owner, and how does it affect you as far as your schedule and your driving and that kind of thing?
Well, I mean, it is tough. It's a tough business to be involved in, and unfortunately, I picked the perfect yet wrong time to do it. We're looking to try to find the sponsorship. I mean, everybody. That's what it boils down to in this sport, is having the dollars to go forward. And everybody thinks, okay, well, you make enough on the cup side, you could do it if you had to. Well, you don't want to, but that's what we're having to do this year to get through. So. Fortunately, I've had great partners like Z-Line, Dollar General, Hell of a Good, and we've been able to sell some races. And later on down the year, Interstate Batteries has bought a race. So, we're excited about the people that we've been able to work with. But, we need to put that full sponsor on there and make the truck, have its own paint scheme every week. So, it's been a costly venture, a challenging one, but we'll keep moving forward.
Kyle, Tom Jensen, SpeedTV.com. One of the things watching you race that you seem to be particularly good at is late race restarts and closing the deal at the end of the race. What makes you good at that, and what's it going to take to win in the final 10 laps tomorrow? Where do you want to start out, and where do you want to?
Well, I think you just I mean, a lot of it is luck that goes your way. You know, I mean, in the first 5 races of the year, we had green, white, checker restarts, and it didn't go my way at all. You know, Daytona, we restarted 5th on the first one, and I think we finished 14th or something like that. You know, and then Phoenix, you know, we came in, got tires there late in the going, and restarted 8th and finished 8th. I didn't go anywhere, but you know, lately it's kind of worked to our favor a little bit. Richmond, it did. Dover, it did. Darlington, it didn't. So it's back and forth. I mean, you got to hit it right on the head when you get to the last pit stop and get the car right, get the right amount of tires on there, whether it's none, 2 or 4, and make the best of your restart. So, I mean, restarts, when you get down to it, you just the fundamentals of them, it's kind of simple. I mean, you got to get a good launch, and you got to go where they're not. And sometimes the hole closes up. Like on me, I know I was going to make it 3 wide at Phoenix and go between Dale Jr. and somebody else, and then I think it was Allmendinger, but Jimmy made it 3 wide before I could, so he was down on the bottom, so the hole closed up. You know, you just got to make sure that you do what you can. I mean, it's every man for himself.
Let's go over here to Claire, and then we'll go to Viv.
Claire Beelang, Sirius NASCAR Radio. Kyle, you know, the All-Star race used to be just, I hate to say the word have at it, but, you know, that's what it was, and you just, whatever it took to win the money. Now a lot of people are testing, and they're using it as a test. Where's the balance for you wanting to, you know, go for it and win the big bucks and having to use it as a test session for some of the teams?
Well, I think if you're a team that's running well, you know, you use it as a go out and have at it, you know, go get the win. If you're a team like, I'd say the Roush guys, you know, use it as a test session. You know, those guys right now, unfortunately, you know, they're there every week, but they're not contending. So for me, being one of those guys, I would use it kind of as a test and try to learn. Yeah, we want to win. We'll take the chances if we need to and try to get up there in order to get it. But you know, you got to learn and make your car better for the 600 and for the points race here next week. What are we going to do? We're going for broke. We're going to try to win this thing.
Viv.
Hi, Viv Bernstein, New York Times. I wanted to ask you about the new Denny Hamlin. Actually, he won 4 of the last 16 last year. He won 3 of the first 12 this year as a teammate. Do you see anything specific that's different about him as team?
Not really that I can tell. I mean, I think that all of us have kind of become a closer knit group. We've all worked together, and you know, with Joey getting a little bit better and being able to use more of his information, the 3 teams have really built closer together. I feel like, you know, with Dave Rogers coming on board, working really well with Greg Zipadelli and Mike Ford, and then of course, you know, Denny, myself, you know, we always seem to communicate well. And now having Joey getting used to everything and getting used to these cars, he's bringing a lot to the table. So I feel like we're just, as a whole company and as an organization, we're just getting better. And you know, I wouldn't say it's me. I wouldn't say it's Denny. I would just say as a group collectively, it's better.